So yeah, the 6 hours of Jeddah, it was a fun race to watch. I haven't followed, admittedly, much GT World Challenge this year, but what's good about following the GT World Challenge is you can also follow them as isolated events. Not only can you think about the different championships, endurance and sprint, but also because you got the regional ones in addition to the IGTC, there's all kinds of different things going on all the time. Firstly, well done to the 51 team. It's an overall Endurance Series championship shared between Rivera and Pierguidi because they've alternated the third driver this year. Then second place is the 163 with 63 points in the end, whilst the 99 got third place. And oh boy, it just went bad to worse for number 7 Aston Martin. Like, they were in a prime position, then they lose a few places, then Nicky Team ends up getting a 30-second time penalty. I mean, Pierguidi picked up a 30-second time penalty as well, but it didn't happen at that stage in the race. So, yeah, I mean, it could have happened at a better time, but it certainly did happen at one of the worst times. What was nice about watching the GT World Challenge was that you could have this nice variety in terms of, wow, who was in what position in the top 10. Because of the way that Jeddah is as a track, you had lots of people following very closely. I mean, the leaders, eventually our race winners, Mercedes, the Winwood racing car, they did have quite a gap at the end of the race. It was, nearly 10 seconds for most of the last hour. But behind them, 2 through 10 were at points separated by less than 10 seconds, which is great, and that's a brilliant thing for racing fans. Mercedes ended up picking up the spoils in the Manufacturers' Championship as a result. But, yeah, that was, like I said, a great viewing experience. The Team Championship AF Corsa took it from WRT, with GRT and Attempto tied for third. And I believe that it went the way of Winwood Racing in the silver. So it wasn't a gold and silver triumph in the end for Santalok out of all of this. Which, yeah, it's nice to see the different championships going different ways. Now, the track itself did pose some challenges. We saw drivers hitting walls. We saw that massive crash that happened relatively, in the middle of the race, I think you could say. And yeah, Artur Rougier is, I believe, I haven't seen a further statement since, 4 hours ago at the time of recording, being assessed at hospital, but was conscious upon being removed from the car. Nicola Rossi for the 8 Kessel Racing Ferrari was able to exit the car unaided, which, it's great to see that. It's just one of those things that you have with Jeddah as a track, and as much as this is an entertaining venue, my criticism of the Jeddah Corniche circuit still remains. It has been approved in a way that originally worked for street circuits, because it was roads that were converted into a racetrack, but it has become a lot more of a permanent facility since then. So I think it's still a bit iffy as to the rules. I mean, in comparison, something like the old Spa-Francorchamps circuit was able to get that balance right, because you had, quite open spaces in the run from Stavelot through to Lake Hom. Like, it was quite open. You had lots of ability to keep the modern safety technologies, whereas it's mostly concrete walls in Jeddah. It's the same kind of rules that we saw for Sochi. And again, Sochi can be a fun track. I enjoyed doing lots of sim racing around it over the years. But at the same time, it is a semi-permanent facility. At least with Monaco, it is all used still in the day-to-day. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being bitter. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.